Okay, Charlie, what's up? What's up? What's up? Everything cool, everything nice, everything. Hey, you probably guy pass. You big guy. Thank you so much for sticking and staying with me. This is Tea with IVE, and I am your host, Ivy Enyonam, aka the Dapper Queen of Kings, aka the Plant Whisperer, aka I'll tell you the rest. But some friends call me views. So guys, I want to start seeing it in my YouTube views and in my Pebble listenerships. Like, drop it, watch it, subscribe, like, share, comment. Yeah, let's have a conversation. One of these days, I'll read some of your comments. It's been amazing. The support has been beautiful. And I am just really, really, really super grateful that you guys are here with me today. Today, when I mentioned the topic I wanted to talk about with my producer, he said this is very philosophical. Yeah, that's how it came. So we'll take it like that. Today, we're talking about the change is in the roots. You know roots, right? Like, roots. The change is in the roots. See, this one. Roots. Yes. That's what we're talking about. And this topic, it might be a bit of a heavy one. So before you listen, if you are driving, park. Yeah. But I want you to listen to it from a place of, like, think carefully about what I'm about to say, because if you don't think about it, you might just still say, yeah, this girl doesn't know what she's talking about. But that's the whole point. We don't see change happening, but change happens every single day, whether for the better or for the worse. Something changes, okay? And you just need to acknowledge that it's happening, okay? And then work towards making it better or working for you. As for me, dear, my name is Ivy Enyonam, and Enyonam means everything is always working together for my good. Today, I am drinking rose petal and peach. I was feeling sweet and fruity. Abiyubab. Cheers. Do you know the importance about rose? Like, do you know what rose does to your body? Go and read about it. No pesa. Every time you want me to just tell you. So you won't read. If you don't like reading, say, just Google it or YouTube it or something. It will come. Okay. Let's talk about change. Change is a very difficult thing. Not gonna lie. And let me tell you a story. So you already know, I've said it on this episode countless times. I think I talk about it too much. I was sick for 2 years, okay? And in that 2 years that I was sick, I had to let go of what I was currently doing. It had to do with work and a couple of things. I had to make a lot of changes. I had to take breaks that I never thought I would. It was a crazy time. For 2 years, just imagine 2 years of your life, everything just seems to have come to a standstill. So when I started to recover in my 3rd year, I started thinking, hey, the kind of profession I'm in, when you are away for even 2 months, someone can take your job. Okay, they might not do it as well as you do, but yeah, it will get done one way or the other. So having not been in the employment sector or as an employed person for a while, or having not been to the office for a while, it sort of felt like, how will I fit in? And was thinking about it. Wow, I can't believe I have lost 2 years of my life. I can't believe. And I kept saying that to myself for a while, actually. Every time something didn't go well smooth, no, all this is because I lost 2 years of my life. I kept saying it. And then one day, I was listing, I decided, I wanted to count the number of plants in my space. And as much as possible, write down their names. Okay, as much as possible, write down their names. At that time, I was making that list. I had about 250 plants. Okay? And I started making the lists. And I realized that more than half of the plants, I didn't have to scan or Google to know their names. But when I finished, then I sat down. And then it hit me. I don't know where it hits me from. Like, I can't tell you that. You see, if I were a pastor, I'll say, and the Lord spoke to me. I don't know where it comes from, okay? But it hits me, okay? So, yeah, I don't know how to explain. It hits me because I'm almost always in my head, okay? My head and my heart, they're my favorite places to go to. Okay, so it hit me. Do you realize that you've been doing this for 2.5 years? If you were in SHS, you'll be finishing it to write exams by now. Do you really think that the past 2 years of your life or 2 to 3 years of your life have been a waste? You have gained a new skill. You have learned a lot. Like even people who spend time and started plans before you did are coming to you because you shut everything out. You weren't doing anything else. You specialized on one thing. And you learned about the thing so much. You've spent so much time with them that you're not just talking about how they behave from what Google has told you, but you're talking about them from how you have experienced them. Do you know that for 3 years, that is literally graduation, because your final year, that 4th year, is research. And that first 3 years determines whether you get a certificate at the end of the graduation or not. It determines whether you graduate or not. So do you actually think that you have lost 2 to 3 years of your life? And I sat down. You just my brain cry. I don't like the way you work. Sometimes me too, I want to feel down small. Say, yeah, but you are not born like that. You understand? Like, yeah, bizarro, but that's 2 hours spent on we move, okay? And when it hit me, guys, listen carefully. For 2 years, I never thought about it that way because I was in the situation. I was going through it. I was focusing on all the things that were wrong. All I knew was whenever I was sad, and I picked up a plant and I looked at the leaves and I spoke to the plant and we had a conversation. Yeah, we talk. Okay, I said good morning to my plants. There are videos. My best friend is always capturing me doing that. I talk to my plants. Okay, good morning, Chale. Why are you not growing? It's been a while since you gave me a new leaf. Do wild. We talk. Okay. And the fact that it never dawned on me until after 3 years that, do you realize if you were in school, if you had gone to a school of botany, by now you did graduate. Imagine thinking that, oh, this one, I'm just doing it to get better. I just want to get better. Big ups to you guys, man. I'm not even capping. But like, imagine just thinking that is what it is. And at the end, you graduated with certificate of now. Everybody thinks that when their plant is turning yellow, when the leaf is turning yellow, no, then Ivy, Chale, my plants they die. What's up? I don't go botany school. And they will come back and say, oh, Chale, the plants, most of them will come back. Yeah, I'm not a magician. and it's not 100 over 100. Most of them will come and say, oh, Chale, as you tell me, I do and prepare the plants the way. Then I'm like, wait, I didn't even realize it. Because you're not supposed to be focusing on progress when you're actually growing and when you're changing. You're focused on what you're doing. You don't see it happening. You don't see the change. It's like these plants, yeah, all I know is, or all most people know is, it has leaves. What goes on in the soil, we don't know. What goes on before this plant can push out one leaf? We don't know. We don't see it. We only see the lush, beautiful, pretty leaf. We see it when it's pretty in its prime and when it's dying. When it's about to be born, when it's pretty in its prime, and when it's sick or it's dying. And they like, those are the only times we notice. But do we notice what happens before it's born? Do we notice the process of between birth and prime? Like when the leaf finally takes shape and is big and is pretty. Do we notice that? Do we? We don't. Does it mean there's nothing going on in the roots? One of the most beautiful things I tell people you can do is to just put a plant in water. Pothos will give you a very good example, like, because they grow really well. They have rooting hormones. That's why they have aerial roots, so they do very well in water. Guys, just put one in water, in a small glass of water, and top up the water as and when. If you realize that the glass is turning green, clean it up and put new water in it and watch what happens. Watch what happens. It's the most beautiful experience you can have. And it will teach you about change. It will look. You think you are working, you think nobody's seeing. You think you're working, you think nobody's paying attention. You feel like, Chale, this thing, I do some. It's preparing you. It's cooking. It's cooking something. And being a mirror, and being in the food set where they prepare the table before you. Listen, you do like I they preach, but me too, I no go any pastoral school, myself I know they go church. But it be true. Okay, this is life. Like, it won't happen in a day. Forget the people that tell you that I started my real estate business with Tengana. No, that's not what we're talking about, okay? Like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm telling you that, like, let me give you another example. When you are sick, right? Do you know that when a mosquito bites you, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor. This one we're taught in school, so I remember some. Okay. Do you know when a mosquito bites you, you don't get malaria the next day? It takes a couple of days. It takes a while. In that period of the bite to when it becomes malaria, what you do in that period determines whether the parasite will survive in your system or not. That's how it changes. You don't see it, but it's happening. You wake up every day, you go to work. You wake up every day, you go to school. You learn 1, you learn 2, you learn 3. Chale, this thing not tire for Sunday house. Maybe that day you go day house. That be the day the person go help you go come true. Then you miss them. Okay, it happens daily. Whether it's good change, whether it's bad change. There's this series I watch, okay. It's called, back in the day, at Japan, it's called Two Broke Girls. Okay, if you watched Two Broke Girls before, their change was funny. It kept fluctuating. They were trying to save money, okay, to open a business. Then today, they'll make a lot of money, good profit. Then it will up their money to like $1,000. Then tomorrow, they have to pay plumber. They have to pay light bill. They have to pay water bill. Then it will drop again to maybe 700. Then sometimes it will drop to like 200. Then something big will happen, 2,000. That is how it changes. Don't expect it to, if I'm growing there, it means every day I have to see improvement. Sometimes what you are calling or what you think isn't an improvement is actually just your body wanting to take a break. Sometimes that improvement is that detour that you've been waiting for. Sometimes that this like the discouragement. Me, there was one time, I have a boss, she respects me so much because one time she blasted me. She asked me to do a report. Not me, and I did it anyhow. She blasted me. I cried when I was alone. I cried. I cried, Papa. And I told myself that I'll never let this boss talk to me like that again. But not in the context of Mejai. No, what I did was I went online. I went to research. I saw how it was done. Report Kamiyama woman. Yes, it's been 10 years. We are still friends. She was like, if you could do this, why did you do the other one for me? I wasn't sure, my boy. It took a lot of work, fam. Do you get it? But it's how I took it. I took it on as a challenge. I'm like, okay, if this is what I need to move to the next step, I will learn how to do this. Continue. Just look, when I tell people that, like I always tell you, everything I have done in my life has led me up to this point. Everything you have done in your life has led you up to this point. And until you are called to put it to use, you think it's useless. Until you are called to put it to use, you think it's useless. I'm telling you, don't take it for granted. Learn what I always tell you, live, love, learn. Learn what you have to learn. Love who or what you have to love. Live your life to the fullest. Because no matter what you do, change is happening. And you are growing. Yesterday, okay, should I say it was yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. That's the truth. Yesterday, my friends and I went out. And we happened to be sitting at a table by another group of friends. And they started arguing. The argument all be say, one person has reduced her age by 2 years. She was trying to convince the table that she's 30, but apparently she's 32. And the other friend said, why are you always lying about your age? Why are you not proud about your age? But if you see the girl that is lying that she's 32, she actually looks really pretty. So I'm like, Madam, no, for in the 32 no way if he's on a bed. It adds to that too. And maybe you don't know anytime you're saying that you reduce your age by 2. Maybe you are reducing your living AU by 2. By the time you see every day, imagine every day you lie that -2. And maybe if you are about to live up to 70, then every time you lie, God to say, okay, -2. And as you see, I'm no because I can't bear 50 because every time -2. Be proud of your growth. Nobody will see it. Nobody will notice it. They will only see the flamboyant aftermath, the finishing line, the end of it. But you now, when you are there, take your time to process. I have a friend, she graduated over the weekend, and I'm so proud of her. You know, this lady started, she's also a content creator. She started as a content creator and she was in a company. She decided, okay, this is the role I play in my company. So I'm going to start a content around it. Look, she left Ghana for school, gets to the school and the school likes. She gets a job offer. Use the platform you have created to teach more people how to apply for school. When she started creating content, She didn't know that that was what it was going to be used for. She was just having fun with it, talking about her experiences with work and all that. Now, because of that corporate style of content she was creating, the company came and said, okay, now teach people how to do this. And it has taken her through, like, full job. People get to other countries and don't find job until the latter. I have a friend who creates content for fun. He's waiting to get into his new job. He's not in Ghana anymore. He's finished school, waiting to get into his new. He's creating content and making money out of it from that. Imagine when he had the opportunity to learn how to create content. He said, oh, me, I want to be a data analyst. I don't have business learning how to create content. Because by now, all train you, then obey. I've told you, try as many things as you want. Do as many things as you can. Because the truth is, your growth will not come from one corner. It's a combination of different experiences. And it works inside. It's in your mind. It's in yourself. Anyways, let's talk about what plants taught me. I feel like today's episode has really been about plants the whole time because of the topic. Change is in the roots, but I'm still going to read what plants taught me. The growth of a plant isn't seen or established until its roots are fully matured. The more the root system, the better the chance of the plant surviving. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you an example of a plant. I don't have that plant here today, but peace lilies. Okay? Say you have a peace lily plant and the entire leaves fall off. Don't throw the root system away if it still has a root system. Say by mistake, someone kicked it, all the leaves broke. So because the leaves broke, they all turned yellow because they were damaged. It hasn't affected the root. I gifted a friend a peace lily. And she said that all the leaves are dead. Please change the plants for me. I said, no problem. I came home. I was going through the soil because I recycle my soil. Okay, so when the soil has been used over and over again, I just give it more compost, let it sit for a while, and it becomes fertile again, and I use it to plant, so I don't throw soil away. And I was trying to sort the soil out, and I realized, wait, there was still a chunk of roots in the soil, even though there was no leaf, there was no branch, there was nothing. It was an empty pot with soil. Then I go into it and realize it has roots. As I'm speaking to you, that plant is still at home. It's doing well. It's back to life. Just make sure that your roots are solid. As for the leaves and the flower, we will change it whenever we want. We will come through whenever we want. But your root system, make sure that your lessons are there. Your learning, your experiences, your vibe, like, be positive. It fluctuates. That is just human. Look, plants, they are seasonal. Sometimes because the weather is too cold, it turn yellow more often. Sometimes when the weather is hot, that's when particular plants like to thrive. It's normal, okay? Just take the lesson that you are meant to take from it and allow the change to happen. You don't have to tell anyone. You don't have to show everyone. When your leaves start to pop, when those leaves start to pop and become big and become lush and nice, you won't have to tell anybody. Thank you so much for joining episode 9 of Tea with IBE. I have just 3 more episodes to go before this season comes to an end. I can't wait, guys. But thank you so much for being here. Big ups to Pebble Up. Big ups to Sebastian. Big ups to Priscilla. Chale, you guys are amazing. Don't forget to click on the like button, share, comment, vibe, talk about it, do a concern. Yeah, I like all of it. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, you are not basic. Okay, you are not basic. We are not basic. See ya. Cut.
This goes out to all my ladies. We open more. Don't underestimate her. She's the cream of the crop, the Terminator. Don't assume it's not a costume. She can have it all.